Welcome, everybody.
Good God. This game.
Well, this is something that interested me. So I think it's funny that I am actually wanting to play this game.
I know.
I know how some, I guess, women, especially if you're very pro
God.
female and very feminism and all that jazz. I can see how this might offend some women, but I think they're
God.
somewhat properly dressed. They're at least covering all their lady parts. So, but that's not why I don't care about the game. I don't care about how they're dressed. Like, that doesn't even bother me. If you're a true girl gamer, you can agree with me on this, that it doesn't matter how a character is dressed, just as long as A, the game is very fluid and playable, and B, the storyline is intriguing, and C, you have fun when you're playing it. And so welcome. I'm the mech doll.
We are gonna get so many mean comments. I am Checkered Loki.
And welcome to our channel. So today we are playing Onechanbara. Onechanbara, I believe is how it's properly pronounced. So
that's probably pretty close.
So this game was introduced to me
by me,
and he initially showed it to me as kind of like
a video.
I showed you a video. You showed me the trailer. You showed me the trailer of the video.
Look
like,
how ridiculous this looks.
And I fell in love with the game based on what I saw in the trailer, and I said we really have to get this game. And I think Loki was very surprised when I said, "Yeah, let's definitely get this game to play. I want to
Absolutely.
try it."
I was very much surprised. I was anticipating to just kind of poke fun at it from the video like I was doing, and all of a sudden here we are.
So basically, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Now, as we mentioned in one of our other videos, we tend to, when we get games that we decide, okay, this is something I think we're gonna play for the channel, we decide that we're going to go and test it out first, so we can kind of get an idea of what we're getting into when we play each of the games. However,
just to get a feel for it.
Exactly. However, with this game in particular, I basically speed ran through the whole thing.
Yeah.
The first night we got it, and
sat down and just went right through it.
Went to town on it.
Just went right through the game.
But I loved it.
I was actually very surprised how long the game actually is.
I was too.
You get to a part in the game that...
Okay, so here we are with the story.
Sorry. Yes.
We'll continue in a second. Much blood has been spilled in the name of this war, and the fighting has continued well into the modern era.
Era.
That's what I said.
You said error.
Kagura and Saya are schoolgirl sisters raised together by the vampiric clan and rank among their whatever. Aya and Saki are assassin sisters descended from the baneful blood and represent their lineage with esteem.
The typical vampire...
Underworld-ish. Right. These two pair of sisters first met in a war, I'm guessing. Though they revealed in their attempts to best one another in Chanbara-style swordplay, no deciding blow was decided. Rather, Kagura and Saya came to realize through much struggle and hardship that their true enemy was not the baneful blood, but their own adopted mother. Dun dun dun! Queen Carmilla, and was found to be the mastermind behind everything.
I feel like a lot of villainesses are named Carmilla. Like that.
Yeah, maybe. She'd meant for the two to die by each other's blades, but her convoluted plot was discovered and thwarted. Desperate, she holed herself up in her castle, intending to lure Kagura and Saya in and eliminate them herself. But their sisterly bond was stronger than the corrupt matriarch could ever imagine, and her troops were decimated.
Huzzah!
Aya and Saki bore witness to the spectacle, and both sides lost the will to fight. And just as it seemed as a truce was in the cards for these two warring clans, however, the call of their bloodlines overwhelmed them, and once more their blades were drawn.
So I get the impression that this is typical vampire versus werewolf.
Absolutely. And it's, and of course there's like 50 million controls for this.
Yeah, this is how they introduce you to the controls. They're just, here's a laundry list of stuff. and cross your fingers that you figure it out.
Mostly button mashing, though, if you will. But as the game progresses, I learned some of the things to do and
the different combos and stuff that you can put together.
And of course, then you got your display that tells you everything. I will say this game is very thorough with giving you instructions on how to actually.
I forgot how busy this looks. There's so much.
That's the best part of it.
I know. It is just a blur of chaos and mayhem.
The first thing I noticed when we did start playing this game was that I noticed that the fluidity of the controllers were very intuitive. The camera seems to go exactly where I want to when trying to spot my enemy.
It also has that lock-on capability too, which can help you when they're running around. But usually, from our initial playthrough, I don't know, I felt like you were able to keep track pretty well with the camera. That's what I'm more accustomed to. Mm-hmm. Tracking them myself rather than having the lock-on feature do it for me.
But yeah, so basically what we have here is two pairs of sisters. The ones in the bikinis are the older sisters. I've come to, I guess, determine because of the fact that they are dressed in bikinis. They're more scantily clad than the two younger sisters.
This is a very kind of Japanime-esque kind of art style, storyline. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the animes revolve around
I feel like I'm watching an anime when I play this, is what I feel. And then all of a sudden you're just going to hear,
I see that, yeah.
Oh, hi-yo! Ogenki desu ka?
Right.
Like in every typical anime, and that kind of thing.
Well.
The giggling,
That's a trope in some of them.
It is, and that's what makes it hilarious. So apparently I got a D, which isn't that great, but I mean, this is just for the sole purpose of you have to survive. You
subpar,
you don't have to.
This is a scripted event.
Yes.
It's not.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem.
So as you can see from the sword play and the action, there is a lot of action in this, and this game does get very busy.
Is all action.
But this makes it fun. Now they're incorporating a little bit of some Silent Hill-ish type
especially
character, especially with
the
sword that this girl is carrying. And she's dirty. You would think they'd at least give her a bath.
Right. Well, I don't know. Me personally, if I was that grungy, I would feel the need to take a shower just on my own.
But apparently not. Okay,
nope, she's fine with it.
So basically, the Pigpen Silent Hill gal decided to crash the floor.
Oh wait, we got.
And so now
I
they're all being.
I think that was Camilla.
No, that's not Carmilla.
The one chilling on the throne.
No, that's.
And that's the intro.
And Angeline or Angeli or whatever her name is.
Bronze. How incredibly average.
Sufficient.
Yes.
I'm striving for sufficiency in this game. Okay, and so clearly with each stage that you pass, you get a score, and it tells you, how well you do. And some rounds, I will admit, like the first time we played, we did hell of a lot better. But obviously, I've stayed the same in both the beginnings of this game.
Yeah, you did incredibly poor the first time too.
It was sufficient. It was sufficient.
Yeah.
I'm okay with sufficient. I was one of those kids in school that was super smart, but all the teachers would say, "Well, she'd do so much better if she only applied herself."
If she only applied herself.
Fuck that! I'm just in for sufficiency.
I heard that my entire school career.
I'm just in this for sufficiency.
If only he would apply himself. If only I was motivated to apply myself.
Now, I will say with this game, the one thing that I'm not really digging as far as the gameplay goes from the first time even into this time is the comic book. It jumps into comic book. I mean, I like it. It's a unique element, but I think for game purposes, when you're trying to get from one level to the next, I think it would have been better conveyed in a more cinematographic, cinematographic, whatever, gameplay. Like like in Resident Evil, for example, when you get into
there's a lot of cutscenes.
Cinematic cutscene, I almost like those better because then it feels like I'm more engaging in the story. Whereas, like, I'm engaging when the action's going on, but yet when I read the comic bubbles, it's almost like I get detachment from it. Like, you're kind of not getting as immersive in it.
You're not as well, for me, I don't get quite as engrossed.
Our controller is talking.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that. You get, like, the person, your little kind of backup is only able to communicate to you via your speaker in the controller. Unless you got headphones on, and then everything just goes through that.
I was gonna say, if you have headphones, though, like, you can't really hear, you can't hear through the TV, though. So it kind of takes away from everybody.
Yeah, since you're playing, and I'm here with you, I like to hear the game, too.
Well, yeah, of course.
I like to hear what the heck's going on.
I will say, as far as the graphics go, I actually really like the graphics as far as what they've done in the game. That was probably the first thing I noticed. Like, I love the bright colors. I like
very bright colors.
The detail, the attention to detail that this is giving.
It's like an orgasm of Skittles.
And she's just kind of squatting down. All right. Well, I don't think this is the appropriate place to go to the bathroom, but you know.
Yeah. Well, when nature calls, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, of course, you can also switch characters. The one thing we were kind of having a discussion about the last time we played is I considered this more of an action RPG, whereas you did not, however.
Oh, yeah. No, I said this was pretty much straight on just an action game. No real RPG elements that I could see or come across.
I disagree because of the fact that you can, switch through... different characters. You can rotate through the different characters.
Yeah, but that's at speed though. Jesus. This is so awesome. At speed though, I mean, it really, I don't know, it doesn't feel RPG-ish to me. It feels like it's just a continuation in the action. Like, you're swapping stuff out, things are moving fast, things are blurry as hell sometimes, but I don't know, like, to me that doesn't qualify as RPG element to me.
Well, I mean, but here's the deal. In this game, you've also got recovery crystals, you've got healing potions, you've got, what is it, a recovery gem, which is similar to the Phoenix Down, like in Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
so
you were saying that.
This does have a lot of RPG elements incorporated into it. Which is why I think it's more action-based RPG than just an action-based game.
See, but for me though, just having items in a game doesn't make it RPG. Like, Mario had mushrooms and the fire flower and everything, but those are items, and eventually you could store them in 3 and in Mario World too. You could swap between elements if you've got something up above saved in your little box. So that's what I mean. Like, just having items doesn't make it an RPG.
No, but I mean, when there are the items that you can get in Mario, like, for example, a mushroom, a raccoon tail, or a feather. And depending on which...
They're enhancement
depending
items.
on what... Yes, they are enhancement items, but, like, if you die in Mario, for example, like, there's no recovery mushroom that's going to...
Well, no.
To, be like, oh, look, we're going to save you.
That's not true, actually. The 1-up. Haha.
The 1-up is an extra player, but
it's an extra guy.
Even if you die, you still have to start the level over.
Yeah. They're
like it's unless you're playing in Mario Maker, then of course you've got checkpoints if somebody created a level with checkpoints.
The checkpoints were introduced in Mario World, Super Mario World.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right. Okay, so outside of the checkpoints,
there's not a lot of forgiveness.
Okay, I cannot switch
much
between
better. You gotta be
that. Thank you. I could not switch between Mario and Luigi, or the princess.
No, like, but in 2 you could choose between levels.
Yeah, between levels, but I mean it's not the same thing.
But if you think about it though, you're in between fights in Final Fantasy.
You are, but you still have to go to places
from
and
fight to fight.
discover things and
I
whatnot.
feel like that's most games though.
I want to go for a ride. Can I go for a ride?
What? No. Are you supposed to push it? I don't remember what we were supposed to do. No, it's my second. Oh, well done. Just fall right off.
Yeah, why not?
Fall right off the cliff.
Because I'm going to fucking tear some shit up.
There it is. I love that move.
Special moves.
I love that move. It's so useful.
I love the fact that each character comes with a special move that you can play with.
Oh yeah, each character comes with their own skill set entirely.
And it's cool too because you can come up with all sorts of different button combinations to play and.
Hey,
yeah, see, I got an A.
There we go.
Look at that.
Better
and I can't get up there.
Nope, you're gonna have to run around. Oh, he came to you. Never mind.
Sweet. And now you're dead. Yes. Okay, so basically, long story short, the 2 pairs of sisters got separated. And so
oh yeah,
now,
we're playing a game.
So now they are looking for their younger sisters who are also trapped in this mine.
Yes.
And so as a result, this is where basically the beginning of the story entails, and you're learning your powers and your abilities and how to do said things.
All right, now these little statues, we didn't figure out what the hell was what the hell was up with these guys until what? Till final stage?
Yes.
No idea. The entire game that they restore your health.
Yes. So when you kill the zombies and things like that, they give you these little yellow orbs, and these little yellow orbs can be used to buy weapons. Can be used to buy different skills. Can be used to buy special rings that give you different abilities or enhancements.
All of which we knew nothing about the first go through
until towards the end, and we're like, oh, you could buy this, and this. So
yeah, all these moves, different upgrades and things, and
yes. So what we ended up doing instead was we decided we was like, you know what, fuck it, let's see if we can get through the game without buying anything, and so we did successfully.
You can successfully go through the entire game without modifying anything, just with what you start with, and it went pretty successfully. I think we really only had a couple of issues going through it.
I would say towards the end when you're dealing with some of the stronger opponents.
The difficulty jumps.
I think you do need those enhancements, which I think we will definitely do when we get a little bit later on. But right now, I'm pretty well handling this as it is. So
it's sufficient.
That's an A. That is far from sufficient.
I meant
that is overachiever.
Your skill set is sufficient.
Oh yeah, enough to kick some ass and take some names. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or in this instance, slice some zombies in half.
And to be perfectly honest, even when we got to the really difficult bosses, I mean, they're manageable.
Oh, you bastard. You don't hit a woman. Didn't your mama ever teach you any better?
Mine taught me. That's a big no-no. Absolutely.
Well, of course, there are some instances like, zombies. They don't really know any better. They're just kind of dead and they're hungry. That's all they know, so.
That's true.
And this is Kagura's, one of Kagura's powers. Like, each gal, I think, with the exception of the 2 younger sisters, they each have 3 abilities.
So the older sisters?
No, the older sisters have 3 abilities. The younger sisters do not. They only have 2, I think. I believe it's 2. And because they only have 2, they can't really do a whole lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, like some of their moves are pretty powerful, but I much like playing more with the older 2 just because they're more fun. They have swords, which is always a good thing. And one of the younger ones does too, but
yeah, but she doesn't wield it like these 2 do. Yep, don't forget to clean off your blades.
Yes, you have to clean off the blades because otherwise you get too much blood on it and it becomes ineffective. So in order to prevent that, you have to shake off your blade every once in a while.
Yep. I will say one of the big appeals between, the younger sisters and the older sisters is with the...
What, the bikinis?
No. No, the older sisters seem to move much more quickly. And for this type of gameplay, I think the speed and just kind of the mashability of it all...
absolutely.
Really, really just makes it fun. Much like God of War was fun, because you're just sitting there swinging stuff around.
And yes, we will be playing God of War as well.
I would love to do God of War.
So, yeah.
At least 3. I don't know if anybody wants us to go through the first 2.
They might.
Maybe.
Well, that's where comments comes in handy.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Leave a comment.
It might get suggested.
We also do like taking requests for people. If you have a request of a game you would like to see us play.
Sure.
If we have that game available, we would absolutely love to play it.
Or if I can at least find a relatively inexpensive copy.
Or if you just want to send us one, hey, that works too.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe we'll
will
set up a PO box.
We'll gladly accept any games
set up a
that people
PO
want to
box
give
at
to us
some
to
point.
play.
There you go.
Provided it's on a system that we have, we can play.
Yeah. I mean, we do have several to choose from. So.
But we lack Xbox.
Xbox we don't own yet. Hey, trophy. Is that the first one of the game?
I do not remember. Honestly.
I don't think we've gotten one yet until now.
Alright, so yeah. Alright, so now
Sorry,
we're...
a little distracted there.
A little bit, yeah. I had to shake the blood off.
Sure.
And, well, she was full, so I was like, well, I might as well just switch it out, because I'm trying to switch back and forth between the two.
I don't know. For me, I know you were saying that the comic aspect here is kind of...
It's unique, but
it is unique.
But it detaches me from the game.
Yeah, it is a little detachful, but...
Oh, look at these big boys.
Oh, yeah, the
mole rats.
The shark moles.
Oh, yeah, shark moles.
The shark moles.
Here we are in the wild.
Yep.
The great white mole sharks.
Wow.
Dig upon their prey. Well,
get out of there.
Most nature shows it's always an Australian or an English person narrating it. Unless it's like the Penguins with Morgan Freeman, then
Right.
And Morgan Freeman is just
I
awesome
feel like
in
he
every
could narrate
narration
anything.
He could narrate my life and I'd be happy.
Could you imagine?
Because Morgan Freeman is just awesome.
Absolutely. Definitely a guy I wish I could just shake his hand and be like, "You're amazing."
Right. You are fantastic.
I would have no questions and would probably have nothing to say of any value. It would just be, "Hi, you're awesome."
Would you narrate my life?
Please.
I'll at least make it say some interesting shit. So it sounds really super cool when you're saying it.
Yeah. He could make anything sound good. See? Cutscene.
Yeah, see, I like the cutscenes. You want to go, bitch? Let's go.
I don't know. I get why they do the comic part of it. I think, well, I don't know if this is true, but I think that is obviously a little easier to program.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can, throw up a still picture like that with word bubbles, it gives the game an opportunity to load without having to go to a loading screen.
That makes sense. I mean, it does. Okay, so now at this point,
that's part of the progressive
Kagura
scale.
Was showing off like she normally does.
Sorry.
Because she thinks she's a badass, and so...
yeah, much like the mech doll.
And, well, girl power. Woo!
Just ask her.
So, of course... Oh, I forgot what the hell her name is.
Who? Which one?
The older sister of the Baneful clan.
Is that Aya?
Is it Aya?
I don't remember.
I
don't know.
Yeah, it's Aya.
This might be.
I think it's Aya. Okay, so at this point, obviously, she took some of the Baneful blood and has now transformed into a Mogwai anime-ish character. Yeah, Aya. Yeah. We were right. Okay.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we have an anime Mogwai, and this is her I guess her transformation form. So now we're doing some different abilities here.
I don't know, we might have to get into this on the next episode. Been recording for a little while now. It's a very hard game to get away from, I will say that. Once you get into playing it, it's very addictive. You just want to keep hacking and slashing.
It's a fun hack and slash.
Yeah. That is probably the best way to describe it.
And absolutely, and I would highly recommend if you are the type that if you've never played a hack and slash game, this is my first. This is my very first hack and slash game.
Oh no, she's down.
Oh crap! I wasn't even paying attention to the her
health.
Her health, yeah.
her ability to
the most
continue.
Important thing you should be paying attention to is their ability to stay alive.
The one thing you pay attention to in any video game
I
is
was talking.
How much health you have left.
Well, I have to finish. I gotta finish this out because that way we have a good stopping point.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so too. Once we get to
as soon as I fucking kill all the damn great white mole sharks.
Good God.
Really?
It just keeps showing. Oh, there we go.
All right. So we're gonna leave this here.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed it. Again, like I said, I do recommend the hack and slash if you've never played it. They're a lot of fun. This is extremely addictive, and this is something that I definitely have found much enjoyment in it. And like I said, the costumes don't matter one bit to me because I'm having more fun hacking and slashing as I go. So.
Well, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
And that's the true meaning of being a true gamer is having fun. So until next time.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Alrighty.
Bye.